This was very wholesome. Inside Chicano culture? No, really?
Andy?
Oh, this is gonna be fire, bro.
What's up, brother?
Oh, this shit is gonna be fucking fire.
Get out of my way.
See that KAM?
Chicano hieroglyphics. You gotta know how to read them.
Chicano hieroglyphics.
Do you feel threatened?
We're going in for a cruise, guys. Oh, that's comfortable.
Bro. You gotta get your baby over here, bro. She's fucking freaking out. She's shaking. She saw you put the bathing suit on and was like, that's terrifying. I don't even want to see that shit. Also, hold up. Murat, show the fucking steak you made. Did you grill that? Did you barbecue that? God damn, dude. You put that on the Barbie? You put that on the fucking Barbie, mate. You put that on the fucking... He did. He put it on the fucking Barbie. He did. He fucking did, mate. He did. He put it on the fucking Barbie, mate. What's up, bro? Street legal, dirt worthy. California dual sport riders, brother.
That's right.
Okay, this shit looks fire. We're watching Inside of Chicano Culture, East LA.
My pops, he was in Vietnam.
Street fine dining, yeah. Now I get it. It's an experience. It's not driving around.
If you don't have a male figure in the household, joining a gang is very inviting.
So when the lady gets into the back seat,
Dude!
We're all for lovers.
That shit's crazy.
Nice rims. Nice rims.
This is embedded in LA culture. This isn't going anywhere.
Good morning, guys. Here in Greater Los Angeles, one of the biggest cultural melting pots in the world. Today I have a very interesting story for you. We're going to go deep into East LA and meet up with a local who's going to show us Chicano culture. Should be fascinating. I'm excited for this one. Let's do it.
This is fire. This is gonna be sick. Wait, I didn't know LA was that huge? Brother, it is gigantic, dude. Are you kidding me? That's your culture? Hell yeah, dude. I fucking... Bro, I live in West Hollywood, okay? I could not be...
King Taco's supposed to be the bomb.com, by the way.
Oh, yeah? I cannot be further away from fucking Chicano culture, okay? I've been to East LA like 8 times total since I've been living here. I walk into East LA, I'm gentrifying, okay? My presence alone, I step foot inside of any East LA facility, all of a sudden, there's going to be a Blue Bottle coffee next door like a week later, okay? I can't do that.
Isn't this area being gentrified right now?
I like you, but seriously, did you fell off? Yes, I fell off, dude. Straight up. You only knows Hollywood, LA? No, what? Hollywood? Ew. I hate Hollywood.
Murat, such an LA girl. Yeah. What's up?
Bro, I did. I fell off hard, bro.
Andy?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I fucking love this shit, though. This shit is so sick.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
How much of life does this consume, like this car? Are you thinking about it all the time, or?
all day, every day.
My first language is English.
Okay.
I'm of Mexican descent, but both my parents are born here in California. And people always call you Mexican, though, no matter what you tell them. Like, oh no, you know, because
Right.
technically we're all Americans.
Remember
we're all
when we
born
talked
here.
about that?
Yeah, yeah.
regardless, you can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, you're going to be
What do
considered
you
Mexican.
What do you want people to call you?
No, I'm fine with Chicano.
I would consider myself Chicano, but my Spanish
Bro, look at that mustache, bro. Oh my fucking God, dude. That is, oof. That's so powerful, dude. Straight up walrus, dude. Walrusy. Mustache more powerful than the fucking $5 a month subscription that will allow you to avoid the top of the hour ad break that is coming at the middle of the hour today. We're changing it up, boys. We're changing it up, boys. That's right. He's like, yeah, call me Latinx. Yeah, fool. Yeah, he said, I prefer Latinx, actually.
Pogo, almost 3 years brain rot time.
Oh, man. Anyway. As I was saying, why? When are you watching my... When you are watching my culture, fuck you. Yeah, exactly. If you're a Chicano, you're going to fucking see the ad break right now at the middle of the hour. Instead of fucking avoiding it, unless you subscribe for $5 or for free with the Prime, or by getting gifted a sub, dude. You know what I'm saying? You can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Someone said, love it when you watch immigrant content and speak on immigrant issues. I came to the U.S. illegally at 6 years old. Now I'm a citizen and a senior software engineer. Thank you for all the leftism and standing up in solidarity with the immigrant struggle. Hustle. Says Valatieri. You're welcome.
Spanish is very broken. I could get by. I could translate and stuff like that, but my Spanish is horrible.
What do we got here?
It's a pork tamale, part of the Mexican culture right here. It's wrapped in a corn leaf.
Thank you,
And it's
Hayabusa
made
Epic,
out
for the
of corn,
5
and it has
gifted.
meat in the center of it.
Mine is just a
Standard
burrito.
Burrito.
Yep. Which,
Chicken taco.
you got a burrito over here?
Burrito
That's
happening.
Burrito de lengua.
beef
Tastes
tongue.
the best.
Beef tongue.
Okay, now we got to go here.
Now you gotta ask the people which do they prefer, the green or the red salsa when they
We
come.
got to go here. We
You're
got to
gonna
go to
get
this
you're gonna
one.
get people battle it out. Say the green is better or the red is better.
I'm a red salsa.
The green's a little more tangy.
I like them both.
Fuck, that looks so
is good,
good.
though.
Oh, my God.
Switch them off.
That's what napkin, please.
It's a 64,
64.
65, and a 61.
So explain to us gringos that haven't spent any time in these neighborhoods.
Gringos.
Like, Chicano means...
Chicano is basically somebody who was born of Mexican descent.
Right.
So I'm Chicano. My grandparents, they came from Mexico. And my parents were born here. I was born here. So I am of Mexican descent. The idea of identity for us here, what do we call ourselves if everyone in America is calling us Mexican?
So when you see family in Mexico, they're like, you're American.
Of course. Yeah.
And here...
Or pocho, it could be pocho.
And here some people say you're Mexican.
Well, yeah, when I travel other places, like, oh, he's Mexican.
Okay.
I could have this same debate with a person of African American descent, right?
Yeah.
They could say, hey, Ronan, my favorite Mexican. And I could say, hey, Joe, my favorite African.
Right.
He's not really gonna like that too much because he's not from Africa. He's an
Gotcha.
American born here of African descent.
Gotcha.
And the same thing goes for Chicanos. We're of Mexican descent born in America. That's kind of technical, but
No, it makes sense. Can we walk down here?
yeah, we could walk.
Go.
Well, this is the street that I grew up on. This is the 2400 block of Cincinnati Street. So I have it tattooed on my arm here too.
Okay.
Boyle Heights, 2400 Cincinnati. And my family, when they moved here in the early 1940s, this was an all Jewish neighborhood, and they were some of the first Mexicans to actually come in here.
Wow.
And over time, like in the 50s and the 60s, the neighborhoods really changed, and then they became more Spanish speaking.
So what was it like growing up here?
It was fun. So I stood in this house. I used to play here all the time. I have a friend that lived there. This is obviously like the gentrifying of the neighborhood, you know? That writing on the
God,
wall, that's
it's
the dominant
fucking
gang in this neighborhood if
disgusting.
you want to catch that on your camera.
That's
Across,
the
yeah.
dominant gang?
See the black writing on the wall?
Okay.
And that
Bro, Yimbys want this in every block, okay? Yimbys will not stop until every East Los Angeles block looks exactly like this. What is it called? Like the 5+1s or whatever?
Those are much larger buildings. They're just random.
But yeah, this ugly ass box design, make it taller, make it taller, make it taller. 5/1s.
That stands for crazy ass Mexicans. So this is their neighborhood.
How many gangs are around here?
On this side, there's just one. There's that gang. But as soon as we cross the main streets, there's different gangs. On the other side of that street, that's another territory.
Just on the other side of
Yeah, where that blue tent is, that's a whole other territory.
Okay.
On the other side of that main street, it's another territory. It's a constant struggle for real estate here, you know?
So how do you get real estate? You physically come into
You're talking about on a gang member?
on the gangs, yeah. They physically come into a street and then they tag their...
Well, yeah, they start showing tags in their neighborhood, and they start pushing boundaries because they play a different game. They battle it out, you know, with arms and money.
Yep.
The more arms you have, the more money you have, the more power you have, the more you can push, and eventually one stronger entity eats the weaker entity, and then that's how they develop more power.
Recruit.
Correct, yeah.
You can pay people basically like a job.
I wouldn't say it's a job. I think it's just influence, but you can recruit
Yeah.
The younger people are going to be the ones to recruit, right? Because
Okay.
they're the ones that are most influential. If I come around and I'm a guy and I'm older and I have nice cars and I have women and I have jewelry and I dress nice and you're poor and you don't have none of that stuff, you're going to listen to me. I'm going to have a lot of influence over you.
Right.
You're going to be like, oh man, that guy, he's so cool. I want to be like him, you know? So
And then,
let's keep walking. We'll walk around.
Yeah. What age do kids start getting into gangs?
I would say towards the end of elementary school into junior high. So
Angels is currently catching heat from Brazil's lips for saying use of Latinx is weird and the Dems are losing touch with the working class Latinos on CNN. It's true. But of course, because it's true, Democrats are going to fucking resist it and get very upset. Democrats are not going to be happy until every single fucking Latino person is like, that is interested in voting is going to end up voting Republican. Okay? No, the only way to fucking get Latino voters to vote for the Democratic Party is by saying Latinx and not by like fucking, not by fucking pushing for things that at least like first, second, and even third generation Latinos actually care about, like social safety nets. Literally, no matter what fucking age group Latino people are from, okay, with the exception of like Cubans and Venezuelans and shit, most Latino communities value big government programs. They value it. But the Democrats don't want to push for that because, you know, that goes against the interests of their main, their real constituents. Not the voters themselves, but instead the corporate benefactors. Always. Obviously, Cubans are not voting Democrat, my friend. I already said that. Maybe young Cubans, but that's it. Latinos want big government, okay? They want big government and social safety nets. Another consistent group that is interested in like government spending is the black voting bloc.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Every time at Trump rallies, there's always blacks for Trump guy in the back.
That's true. Or you got to speak into the fucking microphone if you're going to do that.
probably as young as 10 to 12 people get into gangs. Down here, I don't even want to go down there, but there's a liquor store down there. You know, I've had a couple friends over there get shot, so even though that liquor store might be closer, I'd always go to a liquor store that's further away, because if I know that there's drama over there, then
You don't want to go down there now?
No, I don't.
Really?
I'm fine.
Talk about Eunices Hernandez and Hugo in LA City Council. What do you mean talk about it, dude? Yeah, they won. What do you... Let's go. Fuck do you mean talk about it?
Yeah.
So you
it's,
feel
it's a hot area, you know? I don't.
So you feel it block by block, pretty much.
From out of maturity, I can foresee consequences that people can't see, and I already know all the bad stuff that happens over there. I'm just gonna stay away. So I respect those guys and what they do. I just don't need to be in the mix right there.
A lot of it is about respect, right?
All about respect.
Everything.
I think that in most impoverished neighborhoods, people don't have a lot of money. They don't have items, materialistic things. All they have is their respect. All they have is their reputation.
Right.
So that's a big part of the community.
This is impoverished, you're saying, but I haven't seen, from driving in here and just the little walk we've done, I haven't seen one homeless person.
Wow, this is an interesting thing. Currently, right now, I live in the jungles in the Crenshaw district, right?
Okay.
The homeless people hang out where they have the opportunity to beg and get money. What you gonna get here from? What are you gonna get from these people?
Right.
They're not gonna be here. That's why there's no homeless people here.
Right.
This is it.
This is literally fucking true. Like most of these neighborhoods, surprisingly, or I guess unsurprisingly, have no homeless people whatsoever. Because, you know, one, they have a sense of community. So if someone is like being priced out of the market, I guess like it's less likely that they get like fully fucking the likelihood that they'll get priced out of the market before pre-gentrification is harder. No, you don't know about that? I literally retweeted this shit. I retweeted this shit yesterday. San Francisco has a lower rate of unemployment and a lower rate of overall poverty than Detroit. Why the fuck do you think it has 3 times the homelessness rate of Detroit? Huh, guys? Why do you think that is? Why do you think San Francisco has... It's not because, like, they're going to the fucking rich neighborhoods to beg and shit. That's not the only reason, right?
No. I'm talking about being able to...
His neighborhood's going to get fucked way worse when it gets gentrified.
Ability to keep people housed in face of economical downturn, right? the trajectory and the rate at which the housing prices are increasing is, I don't think communities can keep up with that.
Bro, look at this. San Francisco poverty rate is 10%. Detroit's is 33%. San Francisco unemployment rate is 3%. Detroit's is 20%. Yet San Francisco's homelessness rate is a whopping 3 times higher than Detroit's. Why? If you want to understand homelessness, follow the rent.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Turn on Murat's mic. It is on. He just refuses to speak into it, okay? So don't act like it's my fault.
Okay, I'm here.
No, it's not just better climate, dude.
I mean, they're contributing factors, right?
It's scarcity of housing.
And how high rent prices.
I don't know what else to say, guys. It literally straight up like climate factors a role into. I mean, climate plays a role as far as like you not dying as easily.
Yeah, that helps.
But there is readily available housing in Detroit for obvious reasons. Okay.
You were
Another
saying
thing-
too in the restaurant though. You were saying something.
That, I mean, for the most part, I mean, just look around. You won't see really Mexicans begging. You won't see them. You're gonna see them working.
Yeah, they'll get to work.
you
Clean your
know,
windows, sweep your driveway,
They,
whatever.
you won't see them beg. That's one thing that you won't do. I mean,
Okay.
look around. You got someone there.
Yeah. So in Santa Monica, there most likely would be some sleeping bag or someone.
Yeah, I can't
You know,
speak for any
going
other race, but I
horizontal.
mean,
There's probably a few homeless people here. I've had people who lived in my alley.
Obvious reasons. Have you ever been to Detroit? What do you mean? Are you going to tell me that the homelessness rate in Detroit is higher than San Francisco? Because it's objectively wrong. And I just showed you that it's objectively wrong. The obvious reason that the fucking housing market in Detroit, the obvious reason for the housing market in Detroit to not be as fucking popping as San Francisco is because industry fled. That's what I'm saying. That's the obvious reason. What other obvious reason could there be? Detroit winter is god awful compared to San Fran, though. Dude, you guys are making it seem
Love
like
you,
homelessness
Hassan,
is
but
by
can you
choice.
move over
Dude.
for Murat favorite streamer.
What?
If that was the case, then there would be more homeless people dying at a higher rate in Detroit than homeless people dying at a higher rate than San Francisco. But I'm willing to bet that if we looked at that, San Francisco homelessness death rate is probably higher than Detroit as well. Okay. Like, what do you guys think? Like, homeless people are just like doing a mass exodus to San Francisco because the weather is nice, they heard?
I mean, if you were chasing the weather, come to, like, I would assume you'd go to Southern California. Not
It just
Northern.
it undermines the main point. It undermines the main point, which is that the housing market dictates the level of homelessness. Okay. The only other factor that will allow that I will allow into the conversation in the situation is not the climate, not the weather, but instead adequate mental health treatment facilities. That's it. But even then, number one role is the housing market, housing availability. That's it. That's the only way. That's the only reason why you become homeless. And it's the same. Bro, if I was homeless, my ass would walk somewhere warm 100%. Yeah, your ass, if you were homeless, would walk from fucking Detroit, Michigan to San Francisco. That's what you're going to do? That's what your ass would do? Do you know this? What?
Homie thinks he's Forrest Gump, dude.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Valley when I lived here. The energy here is like get out and hustle, find something to do, get some money, go collect cans, go sell something, you know?
And they're selling clothes, you know.
Okay.
If used or not, they're selling clothes. This lady's selling chips. So everybody's doing something.
They're all hustling.
They're all
doing
hustling,
what they can.
you
Even
know?
over there, there's a lady over there on that corner. Look
at that corner.
Right.
Number of homeless people per 10,000 residents on one night in January 2018. Holy shit. Over 20 per 10,000. So if it was just simply the climate, you'd see the entire fucking southern basin light the fuck up in a similar capacity. Like you would have this matching up with this. But clearly it's not the climate. If that was the fucking case, first of all, New York it undermines your opinion. Like New York, I can't believe I didn't mention New York immediately. New York literally destroys your argument. Okay, Alaska also destroys your argument too, which I did not even fucking know. But New York destroys your argument perfectly because there's fucking hella homeless people in New York. So what's up? Has the highest rate of homelessness than per capita than fucking any other state. You think New York winters are not fucking gruesome? It is.
Dude, you need to calm down.
What? Oh, you're talking to Fiona? Why is she being too cute? DC is what? DC is 98? What the fuck? Holy shit. Homeless people all walking to Hawaii. Yeah, dude, look at that.
And Alaska, too.
Homelessness in Alaska has been awful since the 90s, and it primarily affects the native population, so people don't care. Yeah, that makes sense. How is it less in Republican states? I genuinely don't know.
It's cheaper to live there.
Thank you, Marat. I was just about to say that. That's it. It's just cheaper to live in Republican states. That's literally it. Watch that Texas number fucking pop off in the next, like, in the upcoming fucking months. Okay?
No, they got plenty of land. It might rise, but it won't, like, get...
Bro, have you seen the big cities? Look, people don't want to fucking move to like a random place, and in a lot of instances they don't have enough money to move to random places. So if they have a job in Austin or like, you know, Houston, Dallas, in a big city, and they are slowly but surely getting priced out of the market, they're not going to be able to fucking move. If they get priced out of the market, they're fucked. They start work. I've talked about this so many times. They start, one, couch surfing. Okay, when that doesn't work out, they start living out of their cars, and eventually they completely lose their job opportunities as well as their car, even in a lot of situations. Then they start self-medicating with drugs because that housing insecurity is fucking huge. Without shelter, you can't feel fully fucking human. You have no roof over your head. That uncertainty lives with you. So then you start self-medicating. Then you tack on drug problems and drug addiction on top of that. Boom, all of a sudden, impossible for you to fucking solve the situation. You've moved up, you've tiered up in your level of homelessness into the final tier of homelessness that everybody fucking sees and experiences in big cities, where you're just like walking around the city, yelling, oftentimes in like tattered clothing, and that's it. Those people don't fucking like happen, they're not like, oh, I smelled cocaine one time and then boom, I'm like fucking next day I'm going crazy and smearing my poop on fucking walls. It doesn't work that way. It's such a weird thing, dude. Homelessness is...
Hasanabi keeps spitting the truth, brother.
Homelessness, ironically, is like exactly like the gun control problem, where it's like, dude, look at places where there's less guns and you will see less gun violence. It's that simple. You look at places with more guns, there's more gun violence, okay? It's that easy. It's that simple. There's no reason to discuss it any further. That's it, right? Like, we're not talking about violence in general. We're not talking about any of that. We're just talking about gun violence. You have more guns, you're going to have more gun violence. You're going to have less guns, you're going to have less gun violence. Homelessness is exactly the same, okay? You have less available, affordable housing, you're going to have more homeless people. That's it. That's it. There's no reason to have any other discussion around this conversation. It's so weird that people are like, oh, it's a multifaceted problem. It's like, yeah, sure. But like the one thing that would stop homeless people from being homeless is if you gave them homes. It's literally not more complicated than that. People want to make it more complicated, but it's not more complicated than that. It is just it. It's housing. More to refute the climate from the same thread. Wait. Oh, yeah. One of the arguments against generous benefits is the idea that poor homeless people will move to places where they can receive. Mark, can you move over into the fucking angle, please? Being really annoying by standing in the. No, just come to the normal spot that you're supposed to be. Thank you. Okay. One of the arguments against generous benefits is the idea that poor homeless people will move west to places where they can receive most help. But in 2019, 70% of San Francisco's homeless previously lived in the city. All but 8% had lived in California. People don't move 4 states over because they're better services, says Mark Dones, the CEO of King County Regional Homelessness Authority.
Murat being spicy today.
Boom. There you fucking go. Texas, this is coming to your fucking backyard. I'm just letting you know. It's happening already.
All right. Chat was saying that I was blocking Fiona, and I want to make sure that they get their daily dose of Fiona.
All right, let's continue.
She's got some churros over there.
So I don't know if it's a pride thing. We just don't ask. We don't ask for a handout. You know, we don't do that. You know, you work for your money.
Hot dogs?
Hot dogs, yeah. The LA dog.
The LA dog with bacon.
Dude, I've never had a LA dog.
Right. There we go. Guadalupe?
Yeah. I got the Mexican flag and the American flag.
Oh, wow.
Within the Guadalupe.
So that's
It's my grandfather and them working in the fields. And then my pops, he was in Vietnam. And that's the blend of the culture.
wow. So even in your tat, you have it like
The story, yeah.
50-50 there.
Yeah.
See that KAM?
KAM.
Yeah.
So the tags are like the Chicano hieroglyphics, you know? You gotta know how to read them to know where you are. Of course, to you, they mean nothing. But
Right.
to us that grew up here,
So what does that mean when you see KAM?
it's a gang.
Okay. So it means don't go over there? Or?
No, they're letting you know where you're at.
Yeah, they're just marking
Okay.
their territory.
Yeah.
They're letting the other gangs know. This
Okay.
is their section.
strong, yeah.
Yeah. The macho way, too.
How would homeless people be able to pay for utilities or anything the home needs? They would need a job, not just a home. The U.S. ain't doing all that shit, sadly. Bro, the first step is getting shelter. You can't get a fucking job if you have no shelter. You can't take a shower if you have no shelter. Your mental state is completely fucked if you have no roof over your head. This is a fundamental principle of just being a human being, okay? We decided our entire existence and chose to build societies with the express purpose of like putting coverage over our fucking heads. We ran inside of caves and lived inside of fucking caves for a while before we were able to build houses and shit, okay? For that exact purpose. We built cities around water, fresh water, specifically for that purpose, okay? It's such a weird state that, like, capitalism has rotted people's brains to a degree where, like, motherfuckers are like, well, what about before shelter? Like, well, how are they going to pay for the utilities? It's like, what do you mean, bro? Just give them shelter first, okay? It's such a weird fucking thing. It's such a weird concept that, like, it is a fundamental human principle that has been around since primitive accumulation, okay? Primitive communism. And yet, for some reason, capitalism in the last, like, fucking 200, 300, you know, however many hundred years that, like, we've had, like, feudalism, capitalism, and, like, wealth consolidation, especially accelerated in the aftermath of the Industrial Revolution, we just have rotted our fucking brains to the very core. Anyone that looks at me and tells me straight up, like, oh man, we just simply can't create housing for these fucking people, is just undermining that very human value that everybody understands and acknowledges. It's not even human. Yeah, it's animals. Pretty much every living organism understands that they require shelter for survival. Like pretty much every single, literally fucking bugs understand this. And yet humans are like, I don't fucking know. I mean, homelessness seems like a choice to me.
Though is always to be showing strength. You know, you always have to. It's like the dominant gorilla or the dominant tiger. It's like, get out of my way.
Yeah, you can.
You know, my wife and I haven't gotten married yet. We've gotten married yet by the government, but we haven't had an actual wedding because the pandemic started.
Maybe you come here.
Here we go.
Come here, man.
We'll be your witness.
Terra Santa. You got some cool old buildings here.
The symbol of the two-headed serpent, the mother goddess.
Yep. That's a dope building. I love this old 50s style where they go glass and like curve it. So tell me about the street art, guys. Big thing in Chicano culture, or just just being in East LA, or what's the story there?
I think there always been artistic, creative people.
Right.
How many museums are in Mexico? How much art, you know? So
right.
This looks
So
like
no parcel any place where the room isn't
Mexican
shelter. Buddy, what do you consider a home?
So people will
You
sell
just said
everything,
caves are homes.
everything and anything.
Figure yourself out, man.
a lot of people, they have their disagreements with gentrification, right?
Yeah.
But when we were out here hustling, doing illegal stuff or doing legal stuff, and we had the opportunity with a bunch of money, we should have bought the land. We should have bought the land when we had the opportunity, you know?
So an overpass or any place where the room isn't shelter? Buddy, what do you consider
That's
a home?
me.
You just said caves are homes. Figure yourself out, man.
I feel like this guy's just messing with you.
No, that's a debate lord. He said buddy. That's how you know. He's a debate pervert.
He didn't say Buddy. His name is Buddy.
Well, you know, that's why he did say buddy. He said, buddy, what do you consider a home? No, that person would literally be euthanized in like a normal state of affairs. Like actually, like that is one thing that I do hate about like
Buddy would?
Like people that are debate perverts, like I think like normally if we lived in like a normal functioning society, people that like have brains like that are clearly bad and like sick brains, like they would get lobotomized immediately, you know what I mean? But unfortunately we've stopped doing that. And that is a problem for sure. Like And that would actually open up a lot of housing opportunities for the homeless people, and so that they could get the adequate mental health treatment and like actually get a job. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here being like, dude, it's so basic to offer like normal shelter to human beings, and this motherfucker's like, well, a fucking underpass is shelter. I really do think that, like, I hope for really with all of my heart, I hope that like, you will see the karmic justice one day, and you will be living under a fucking, you will be living under a bridge, whereas like the people that were previously living under a bridge have taken over your house and are living a functioning life. I'm sure they'd be more sympathetic to your plight than anyone else, honestly. Motherfucker, like living in his you know, mommy's house, eating chicken nuggets on Twitch, sending $3 to say such horrible things. Not funny at all. Goddamn, dude, get help us on. Yeah, I'm wrong I'm the one who needs help for sure. Not the person whose brain is just so fucking broken, dude. So fundamentally broken.
The tension is going to come when the residents of a different cultural background move in and they don't assimilate or understand this culture.
Right, but that's always happened, right?
That's always going to happen.
It was Jews, Russians.
It evolves, yeah. It changes.
Japanese,
Mexican,
yeah. And something will be next. It's just a matter of time, right?
Yeah, something will be next. I hope that if that is true, then that shows that the Los Angeles Mexican community is showing progression and evolution, and that we're going to better places. We deserve that for ourselves too. We've been here 50 years or whatever, you know.
All right, guys, we gonna cruise?
Take a little ride right now.
This video is sponsored by Cuts Clothing.
Get help us on. Not cool, man. Get your shit together. That's how I picture chatters that say that, for sure.
Those are some
Buddy, if you're homeless, just find shelter under a bridge, okay? Oh, man. Fucking pussy chatters are fake leftists getting offended because someone actually believes in what they're saying. Yeah, literally. Like, fuck you, dude. If you're more mad at me than the fucking actual psychopath, then, you know. You really are wrong, but always refuse to admit your fault. Stop culturally appropriation, dude. Not cool at all. Poor people want to be poor because they're lazy. You have hurt my feelings multiple times by calling me a dumb bitch. Got me pretty mad a couple times. And yet here you are, still being a dumb bitch, dude. God damn. And you got banned. Get fucked. Dumb bitch and banned.
Let's go.
Hope everyone's doing great today and has an awesome life. Woohoo. What happened to this guy?
Well, you know.
More too hard? Yeah, probably.
All right, dude. Video.
Back to it.
Where the other homies?
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Murals.
Did you get your race card?
Synagogue. It's not in use anymore, huh? Look at this. A lot of color out here. A lot of beautiful style. Go right over to this house. This would be old, right? 20s, maybe 30s. And then the beauty of California. Look at that tree. Boom. Okay, we're going up. Okay.
Oh, that's fire.
Don't know if you guys can see it on the video, but he's lowering, raising the back, the front. You can do separate wheels, right?
Yeah, I got front, back, side to side.
There you go.
That's so sick, dude.
We're gonna do this to the
What's a
take-in.
kit like this cost to do all the hydraulics?
At the end of the day, well, these are airbags.
Okay, airbags.
So, at the end of the day, I spent about $5,000.
That's it?
It's not too crazy.
It's not. I did go crazy and buy a lot of upgrades.
This is the Hollenbeck police station over here. To your right.
Okay, talk about those relations. How are they right now?
Between
Cops and the people.
you know, the LAPD is just trying to do their job too, you know, but the criminals are trying to do their job too. So
that's funny.
The criminals here, they're nothing to mess with, but the cops are nothing to mess with either. They're tough cops too, you know.
They haven't gotten soft.
I don't think so. No.
That police station right there, the Hollenbeck police station, is the one they captured Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, serial killer, where he made the worst mistake of his life by coming to
East LA.
Boyle Heights, East LA, and then the neighborhood just captured him. Early 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a kid back then, but he was over here terrorizing all over Southern California.
So this is the Mariachi Plaza area. It's like
Oh, this is beautiful, man.
beautiful landscape
With the
city.
backdrop. It's plush. It's okay. It's plush. It's thick foam. Lots of springs. It's a comfortable experience. They don't make those anymore, huh? The seats like that.
When I was a teenager, I used to hang out in front of my house. There was this dope dealer who used to pass by my house all the time, and he had a 65 convertible. And every time he would pass by, I would stare at his tail lights.
Came to the
And that's
wrong
what made me fall
neighborhood,
in love with this
motherfucker.
year. It's the 65 tail light.
Okay, 66 were different.
The 66 have, yes, they're different. They have square lights in the back.
So you knew from a kid on you wanted the 65.
65 was my favorite. I had to get a 65. You take the body off the frame and you redo everything. You
Gotcha.
remove all the rust, change all the bolts, you know, you clean it up basically from scratch.
Do non-Chicanos roll in these?
Yes.
We're actually
Well, right, it's the sport, it's the culture. There's people, there's white people, there's a lot of brothers, black guys that do it, Asians. It's worldwide now.
So when you guys all get together, say the Asian.
Dude, that's the best part. Japanese people have like a fucking massive Chicano subculture, like not Mexican, like specifically Chicano shit, and it's awesome. I think we watched that Vice video before. Like they love that shit.
With who?
And you got the card, you got that connection.
Yeah,
it's all brotherhood, right? It's like Harleys, maybe.
Like, yeah, exactly like Harleys. Yeah.
Okay.
You go to, if you're what they say, if you're feeling lonely, go to those places where you have things in common with people, and then you come and cars are what you have in common. So regardless of your ethnic background, if he meets another guy and he's from Russia and he has a 65 Impala too, they're gonna bond on that right away.
They're brothers.
There's an automatic
talk
bond,
about
an
that,
automatic connection.
And then politics, religion, none of that matters.
None of that,
right?
exactly.
What would you guys say the biggest challenges are now, say in East LA?
What he was talking about, gentrification, I just think just the people preserving the culture here.
Right.
I've already been to like Echo Park. I've been to Northeast LA, and it's already
Los
changing a lot.
Feliz.
I think the people still here want to preserve what they have.
What's really important too is to also, what helps with videographers like yourself, right, is that you're showcasing a different side of culture. You're showing that the people are artistic, they're intelligent, they like to do performing arts. This is artwork too. This is not just a car. This is artwork, because a lot of times stereotypically in movies, when me working as an actor, it's drug dealer, cartel member, prisoner number one, gang member, thug. So the stereotypical image of people around the world, that's what they think.
Yep.
But people love the culture, Mexican culture, I remember when I was in South Africa, and the guy, he's looking at my tattoos, and he's like, "Hey man, where you from?" And I told him, I'm from Boyle Heights, I'm Chicano. He's like, "Oh, Chicano, like Carlos Santana," like I like that he had a positive perspective on that,
Santana's one of the best representatives, huh? Everyone loves him.
He's a good representation.
You see the lights in the back? 65.
Thank you.
You get that all day?
Yes, sir.
The reason I love doing this is every culture I go into, I learn something.
Yes.
I can learn something from everyone. Doesn't matter how, what background, where from, any of that. I'll learn something today that will add to me.
And that's the great thing about the internet too, because you're not only learning, but you're teaching your viewers.
Yes.
All your subscribers, they're becoming multicultural by watching your videos.
Thanks guys for watching, because then I can do this. I can do
Comment,
this
like, and subscribe.
I never say that, to be honest. I feel like if someone likes it, they'll do it.
Yeah, they will. So we'll walk up. On
this is cool.
All these guys, and we'll talk about it up here.
This is really cool.
Typical style plaza you'd see in Mexico.
Okay.
In the center of any small town or even large town, you see plazas all in different parts of Mexico. I'd come down here when I was a kid, but it was a lot more different when I was a child here. Now,
so it's gotten safer since you were a kid.
Much safer. And here you could see all the mariachis here. They're here for hire. They're here for work. So if you
they're taking a break right now, or are they actually gonna do?
You can walk up. Some of them are probably taking a break, but if you wanted to hire them, like let's say for your wedding, you're gonna have a wedding at this chapel, and then you want to have some live music in your backyard, you can come talk to them and negotiate with them and see if they're.
This is so fucking sick.
In a way, it's a bit old school here. You don't go online. You actually just walk down to the plaza.
Exactly.
Mariachi performers, musicians, taking a break, and for high.
Stay out of Chicano business is on. If there's one group of people that's never saying stay out of Chicano business, it's Chicano people. I'm an honorary Flexican, brother. We're Turkish.
Same.
A break right now.
I don't know where you got that relationship, but okay.
Very cool, very cool. Hasta luego.
Okay.
Give them a ride from the house to the church. And so when the lady gets into the back seat, she goes, "I remember the back seat. We used to come back here when we were teenagers." Oh, she was an older lady. She said it in Spanish.
That's funny. And then you're basically downtown, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Boyle Heights is the border between downtown and Los Angeles. It's like East Central.
Very
beauty of the Mirage
fascinating
Stream is
sliver
we
of
don't
Los Angeles. I've never seen it all. It obviously feels like the U.S., but it feels like another country at the same time. And very colorful, very distinct, very flavor. Like there's a very strong identity you can feel here. That I respect those places because the people that hold their cultures aren't pushed over easily, and I always respect that. Some places fold easily, others stay strong, and this is one of those places that has that feeling of just like it knows what it is, it knows who it is. And I've only been here for a few hours, so I can't speak like I'm any expert. but there's a foundation, let's say. It's very cool. That's the vibe I get from here so far.
I get some good-looking women, and then I get some okay-looking women doing photo shoots in my car, and she gets mad.
Your wife?
Yeah.
I missed it with the camera, but we've had quite a few ladies screaming out. So the car is basically like a Tinder device,
Yeah.
right?
So that's your calling card.
That beautiful row of palms. So Southern California. So what happens when someone gives you a door ding?
Oh, that's when you give them a ding.
There's a different conversation.
That's the off video
Get a ding in the
conversation.
face, huh? This is the 5 freeway. Boyle Heights is a unique.
Right up there.
Yeah, Boyle Heights itself is a unique part of the city because it's surrounded by the 60, the 5, the 10, and the 101 freeway. So it's a part of the city, but it's kind of disconnected from the city as well. So that's what makes it unique because it's surrounded by freeways. So like it's an island surrounded by freeways.
So nobody really comes to
You're
the
the Latino Rachel Dolezal. Yes, true. I am.
island from the outside. I haven't seen one tourist in here or like.
That might be true. Yeah. Usually it's just people that are locals, people that have lived here before. You know?
Right. Ernie's parents somewhere in the concrete, as in their signatures.
Well, that's back in my parents' days right there.
What do you got there, Andy?
We're not too far from there, but this is where we're.
It's never good to generalize, but I'm gonna do it anyway. As far as my personal experience goes, being in this community, but also like in general, Latino people are like the one group of people that even in America, especially, like they just don't give a shit about like cultural appropriation as much. Like they like it. People can get mad at me. Well, not cultural appropriation, but like they love it when like people fucking
Do their shit.
yeah, people just talk about Latino people in general. For Dia de los Muertos, homie.
Turks are like that too, though, right?
Turkish people are like that too, yeah. We fucking love when people talk about us. Is the you know. Like
Turk var mı?
Turkish people get so fucking stoked. As long as you don't say like Turks are Arabs or some shit, or like they ride camels or some shit, like Turkish people love when people appreciate Turkish culture.
We're gonna.
White fence and homeless gang in LA, there's 3 or 4 generations. If you remember, they were the ones that threatened that lady in the AA last
Sean Penn and
What movie is this?
this is Colors.
Yeah, I just was sapped.
You see the arches? We're gonna pass by right now. We're not too far from there. White Fence is a gang.
Is that one of the big ones?
It's one of the older ones. Yeah, probably from the 20s or the 30s.
So why did you guys never get into this? There's so much gang culture around here. There's, you don't have to answer this.
I
but-
never joined
This
the
is a
gang
funny
because
question to
my
ask.
father, he went to
What's
Vietnam.
up? You guys are brown. What's going on? You would.
And he said I didn't have to join a gang to see what it was like to stab someone with my bayonet.
Is that the big challenge growing up out here, like how to avoid the gang, or?
I think the lack of a male figure in the household, if you don't have a male figure in the household, joining a gang is very inviting because you're meeting somebody who's older than you.
Bro, look, no matter how woke they are about like fucking gentrification, no matter how woke they are about material issues, like, I'm gonna be honest, this dude is definitely socially conservative, okay? He is. He's a social conservative. That's why he was talking about like how there's no Mexican that's ever like, it's just, that is the case. You wanna win this guy's vote? You have to
Call them Latinx.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you want to fucking get this guy to vote for you, you got to be like, hey, Mr. Latinx, sir.
I'm going to pass legislation acknowledging the official term for Latinos and Latinas to be Latinx.
We're also going to do land acknowledgements, actually. I know you like that as well.
We're going to put up a plaque.
Yeah.
That'll win you.
So yeah, we're gonna do that. This is all we got for you. Also, Republicans are racist. Which they are, but like still.
You who's a
This is their experience, Hassan. Don't talk them down, dude. Wait, what? What the fuck do you mean? Wait, Turks aren't Arabs? What the fuck? Isn't Turkey literally in the Middle East? This is their experience, Hassan. Don't talk them down, dude. This guy's just throwing. He's just stabbing in the dark here.
Dude, I want to see what his third comment's gonna be.
It's gonna be fire, but we can go back.
Not that far.
Yeah, he always shits on Southerners. Sag. Chicano culture is so dope in San Jose. The Hogs, both living conservatives, make cruising illegal for a long time. That's ending now. My friends lowriders are all trying to steal the no cruising signs.
How do you make cruising illegal? Isn't that just driving around?
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, they just San Jose councilman calls for the repeal of the city's anti-cruising ordinance. Is this cruising?
What is the definition of cruising? I can see the suspension.
The
being
prohibition of cruising is served as a tool to perpetuate and give legal credibility to racial discrimination. But all is known is that cruising has almost diminished in the following decades. Crime and gang violence persisted and more dangerous, significant traffic relation. Low driving? Is that what? Making U-turns illegal is a big one. Just driving slow? That's it?
Dude, that sounds like a good. That's just like a free take, a blank check for people to just pull over whoever they want.
Yeah, that's literally it. Yeah. Driving while Mexican. That's the legislation, dude. Driving while Chicano is illegal, brother. Which, by the way, that would never fucking fly in like Malibu, right?
What, driving?
No,
slow
not
down
driving.
PCH?
Yeah, no, or no, not that. But like driving, cruising, like quite literally cruising. There's big car culture in Malibu, right? All the fucking rich people love going to the.
Yeah, of course.
They go and they like show off their cars and shit at like Malibu Cars and Coffee. Cops are literally there, you know what I mean? They're not issuing fucking tickets, but hey, if you do it in a neighborhood,
but they're not
like
dangerous thugs, bro. You're missing the point.
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, they're not Mexican. they're not Latino. They're not Latinx. This is where I live, and funniest part is all Chicano cops enforcing this law. I mean, of course, because they're cops. The one instance where like being a cop transcends all of those other prior signifiers. Okay, that's it.
figure that you want to identify with, because all boys are looking for someone to identify with.
But it's that simple. If you have a strong father figure, then your chances of joining a gang are much lower.
If you have a strong positive male role model, I think that makes a big difference, you know. So it matters. It matters, you know.
A lot of people, you know, it's just from the generations, like their father's father was from a gang, and it just gets, you know, it just trickles down into the kids, you know. So,
but that has to do with the positive role model too, because if your grandfather was in a gang and then your father was in a gang, then maybe somehow you feel inclined to join the gang because it feels almost like a tradition.
Okay. So the movie business, what?
The movie business became an option for me after I had got caught up in the drug business.
Okay.
You know, so I was involved in that when I was younger, and I realized that it's true what they say. You got death or prison. Most of my friends that I grew up with, they're no longer living, and a few of them are never getting out of jail.
Okay.
You know, so I had to make that choice in myself. And
what age did you make that choice?
I was probably about 24.
Okay.
And I was facing 20 years in jail, so
wow.
I chose to make a change. You know, I got really lucky. I had a really great lawyer. I saved a lot of my money, and I was able to buy a good lawyer. But in that moment, I had to make the choice: is this what I want to do, or do I want to change?
Okay.
And I got the option to start in the motion picture business. I started working for the writer-director Mark Brown, but he gave me an opportunity. I worked for him as an intern. Then I started doing background. The first movie I did was Hancock with Will Smith.
Okay.
And I did like assistant camera. I was a production assistant for 2 years for Judge Judy and Judge Joe Brown at KTLA.
Okay.
And I did Insurgent, Divergent, Allegiant, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Black Panther. Acting is what I enjoy doing the most, though.
Okay.
In July, I was fortunate to book a pilot and made more money than I've ever made in my life. So I'm gonna reinvest that and do more acting.
Cool.
It's easy to go back and do the same thing. It's hard to do something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
It's scary, but You just gotta have faith and trust.
Was your dad supporting you then when you made that transition? Was he there? Or?
Yeah, he was proud of me. They didn't really understand what I was doing in the movie business in the beginning,
Okay.
but a good parent is never gonna want that kind of life for their child.
Right.
The movie business.
Right? And he knew what I was doing when I was doing negative stuff, and he would have serious conversations with me like, hey man, you gotta watch out, look out, you know, give me. It's like he knew I was gonna do the bad anyway, so he tried to be supportive of the bad also. It's kind of
interesting psychology, huh?
Yeah. Like,
and if he was super hard on you, maybe you would have gotten worse.
Well, then if he was super hard, I probably wouldn't have been so transparent with it. It was better for me to be transparent with him and him give me information that was gonna allow me to succeed, and then for me to act like if nothing was happening and he knew something was happening.
Gotcha.
It was a better relationship, and it was like that with my mother as well too. So at the end of the day, at the end of the story, they're happy that I've changed my life. I'm happy that I changed my life. I think that it's a good example because there's other kids that come from this community, and you can evolve. You know, you can teach yourself.
So you think there's a lot of opportunity for kids if they're into drugs and selling drugs right now? You think there's a possibility, like there is opportunity?
Yeah, there's just a lack of education. I would say that you have a better shot of being successful long term if you try to apply yourself to be a pharmacist, than to be a drug dealer. Because a pharmacist is technically a legal drug dealer, right?
Yeah, sure.
And now if you're a pharmacist, you're doing
less stressful.
You're just not gonna have that conflict with the law, you know? Like breaking the law is there's a lot of people that do it, but that's not the only way. And sometimes all you need to be you just need to be showing that there's other ways. All my bills are paid for from working in the entertainment business.
Right.
So am I successful? I don't.
There's a Turkish motherfucker in the chat talking shit saying I'm scared and that's why I'm delaying Little Nightmares, bro. It's so funny.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
You see that? This guy, where the fuck is it? Where is he? I'm gonna find him.
Little Nightmare ne zaman AQ?
This guy.
Kürt
var mı? Vay
Oh, he's not Turkish.
Yavanı başı. Oh, he's Kurdish. He said, Little Nightmare ne zaman AK? Korktuğu için Little Nightmare erteliyor. Fucking idiot. Oh, that's so funny, dude. No, I'm not afraid. Fuck you, dude. You fucking
Stinky
asshole.
Fasan just got here. I don't any background if there
Bizi
is.
sikerim ama. Sikerim ama. Ananı sikerim ama diyorum. Korkunca. They don't get it, so they say skidim ama. They think I'm skedaddling. They think I'm doing like, just like saying random shit.
Hassan, I've been.
You haven't beaten the
22
scared
months.
allegations.
You
I'm
become an insane psycho in chat. That's got to be worth something.
I
don't do nothing. I don't have to do anything like I used to do in the past. So to me, that's success. Now the level of success is gonna change, of course.
Right.
Yeah,
we're
the other one
always
is
gonna be
salak
striving
salak.
for
They know
more.
that.
If you're a person with ambition, you know, you don't want to pay rent forever. You want to own. You just want to live the kind of life that you want. But that's what success is. That's what I try to tell them. Success is subjective. It's not really the big car or the big house. You know.
I agree. For me, it was get as much experience before the age of 40.
Yeah.
That I could, way before the material. Like to see as many countries,
Travel.
to live in different places, and there were sacrifices involved. Nobody gave it to me.
Yes.
But that was like, okay, by 40,
Okay, bro, I don't want to hear this anymore. I'm sorry, I get a little bored of like people they're doing the Gary V like talking point stuff.
Boys.
Damn, that was savage.
Taco truck.
Taco truck.
So for those of you who have never been to LA, it's all about the taco truck. People know when a lowrider's coming in. It's like a plane landing, right? Yo quiero dos tacos, pollo. Por favor.
No pollo.
No pollo. Carne.
Asada, pastor, cabeza.
Pastor.
Pastor,
Dos.
tacos, cilantro, cebolla, chile.
Chile, sí.
Exquisito. Two more tacos, tripa, no chile.
Here we go.
Four more,
God.
tripa pastor.
Fantastic food truck culture.
Looks
These guys
fire.
are awesome. We got all this food here. This was like $14. Dollar tacos. Unbelievable.
$5. I got 3 tacos and horchata. $5. That's pretty good.
Unbelievable. Street fine dining, yeah. The other place was good, but this might be next level.
This is straight to the street right here, you know?
Right.
You got their Instagram right there, Los Tacos, El Steakhouse.
There we go. Yeah, that's an out of control. This is great.
I get chicken tacos. What do you mean who gets chicken tacos? Oh my god, look at this shit. Bro, and then they fucking say, like, when I say Turkish people are Flexicans are Turks, Mexicans are Turks, this is what I mean. Look at that. What's that, bro? What is that, Murat?
That's gyro, dude.
Shit out of you. Fucking
Or they call it euros, which like
Hero.
No, they call it euros.
Euro.
Like, I don't get it. Why do they do that? No one knows.
Yeah. Döner amına koyayım. Döner. Dönüyor.
Ne yapar döner?
How dare you, bro? How dare you say gyro? Bro, you are so crazy, dude. You were
See, that is how you piss off Turks.
so fucking disrespectful, dude. Terbiyesiz.
A lot of color, a lot of creativity, a lot of good food. This is a very interesting neighborhood, I gotta say. And doing it in the lowrider, that's a first. I never understood it really. It just looked like people hanging out in a car. Now I get it. It's an experience. It's not driving around. It's like
It's technically not
a
cruising
good
officer, it's an
bonding,
experience.
fun, unique experience. I was just saying, I bet nobody wears a hockey hat in East LA. And this guy, Los Angeles Kings, yeah?
No, Rams, bro. There you go.
Wearing a Kings hat. I think he's just liking the hat.
When I grew up right here, you had to be careful what team you wear because, so I'm from Cincinnati Street, you have guys from Michigan Street, you guys from Chicago Street, so we would identify each other by different sections, by the teams and sports jerseys that you wear.
So what if you come in with a Florida Panthers hat?
Well, it depends on what, that's ambiguous here. It's like, it doesn't make no sense.
Okay.
But if you're wearing something that's common like Chicago or Michigan, and we have streets named after that, then they're gonna recognize it.
Can I ask, what's the neck tattoo here?
My dad. And we did about 7-8 hours on this on my neck, man. Thankfully, no, we still have them.
Did you get your race car? Please don't believe the hype. Everything ain't black and white.
Dude, let's go to East LA tonight and get some tacos.
Maybe.
Damn.
That's so sick, dude. Yo, I fucking love this shit. Oh my god. That's a hearse! Oh! That's a funeral car. It's a lowrider funeral car. Dude, that shit is bumping, dude. When you're dead, but you still want to fucking keep the party going?
No, dude.
That's
what really
fire.
Kills the game.
And you got a take can?
Yeah. More like a take can, dude.
Yeah, take can't do hydraulics.
You actually do already have air suspension.
I do actually have it. Yeah, that's true. But not to this degree.
We could wire it.
You think so?
I mean,
It'll
we
fucking
could.
break the car.
It's a terrible idea, but it is possible.
Yeah, but I do actually literally have this, and I use it all the time, but not to this degree, obviously, because the Taycan is like super low. As a matter of fact, it automatically boosts the air suspension. It has like, it saves certain slots. If you ever use it in a certain place, the car will ask you like, do you want to save this area through geolocation, so that it automatically boosts the air suspension when you go to this place again.
But it's just a cool like communal get together with friend type thing.
Pretty much what it is.
Nice.
Apparently, this guy went to
They said you
Istanbul
got
in
kids
2018.
here.
That's what Michael's
You know,
saying.
you got the families here.
Michael Hudson. He's the one who sent me this guy's videos. This is pretty cool. Yeah. The little baby car on top of the.
Yeah.
Guys, hop in.
I think the wheels look ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's too.
Tiny little baby wheels.
I don't like the big rims either, though.
No, that's terrible. You're gonna dang your rim immediately.
Beautiful.
No, those are nice.
That's sick. Oh my god, that's so sick.
That with air ride?
There's a lot of work in this paint job, huh?
That's what it's all about, is what sets your car apart from the next person's car, you know?
And so this looks like it's
valid, this is all
tribute to
a mural, yeah.
Is that his kid?
Piece of our went to Hagen.
Look at that one. It's right on the ground.
Is it playing in San Andreas?
Just hopping around.
Hydraulics.
Oh, this shit is fire, dude.
Dude, okay, this is what we're doing. We're gonna put airbags on the camera.
Cops are coming through.
Yeah, bet they can't do this.
Nice rims. Nice rims. They just come in, make sure there's nothing bad happening. And
There's not I mean, do you feel threatened?
nah,
Yeah.
zero.
Dude, this is so sick.
It's got the whole family out.
I don't think so, bro.
This is way cooler than Malibu cars and coffee. So dumb.
You'll catch everybody here. You know, you'll catch Samoans, Cambodians. I have some Cambodians in here. The brothers will be up in here. Yeah, you'll catch everybody in here. I mean, we don't.
Brothers.
There's no discrimination when it comes to this culture right here. They're all part of it. You know, they're part of the West Coast culture.
They try to recreate it other places, though, right?
They do it, and they do it. They know how to do it as well. You know, Las Vegas does it, Arizona does it, Texas does it. They do it in other places, but I mean, I think, and people will argue, this is where it was born.
Bizdekiler Carving'lerine hiç benzemiyor. Bizde yer çekimine meydan okuyan Tofaşlar, 94 Civic'ler var anca amına koyayım. Bir de şunlara bak kafayı yiyeceğim.
Onların arabaları,
Onların arabaları da evet,
yani.
onların arabaları 70'lerden abi. Yani onların arabası yeni değil ki amına koyayım.
I
Ne?
have seen some Tofaşes that they like
Soup up. Tofaş is like the dog shit car in Turkey.
they like cut the body off and then rebuild it so it can be like super low riding.
But the worst when you cut the content off to serve a top of the hour ad break at the middle of the hour.
Huh. But then you're 10 minutes late to that too.
Yeah, well,
so you're so late that it might just become the top of the hour again.
Well, it's all good though.
past
You can avoid it with a
dip,
60
you know?
set. You can avoid it with a $5 a month subscription or a Twitch Prime though, so it's not even a big deal. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
Yeah,
You know, but
it's where it's the biggest culture, right?
yeah, I think San Diego also. I think
Dude, they need to do a video on Apache
originated
culture.
down there as well, but.
Oh, Apache in Turkish is named after Apaches, like in America, like
The
Native
Native
Americans, and it's like it means like low rent, like I guess how do you describe it? Fuckboy kind of, because they used to put their hair up like a faux hawk. So then Turkish people would say like, "Oh, you're like a Native American." Like a Native
We don't know how they came up with that
I don't
name.
even know how the fuck they did. Yeah, literally.
But they would like soup up their Tofaşes.
Yeah, I think I've talked about it before. Like Gopnik. Yes, exactly like Gopnik. Turkish Gopniks are called Apache. Seems racist. Yeah, bro. You
Probably.
know. Yeah, dude. You know how racist Turks are against those Native Americans, bro.
As flex.
You know, it's a conscientious decision that they
Yeah, they were like, you know, we
had
did,
a meeting one day at Brain Trust.
First of all, Turkish people are, of course, they're racist, but like, it's funny to think that they would be racist towards Native Americans. Like, but also if you ask, Dogan, our grandfather, Native Americans are Turks. So havasu.
Hava means air and su means water. So
Yeah.
they're like, havasu is Turkish.
How is that funny? Turkish people are fundamentally incapable of being racist towards Native Americans because they don't know what the fuck a Native American is other than like seeing it in movies or some shit.
Like if you walked up to a random Turkish guy
How
and
the
you were like,
fuck-
hey, like you're being racist towards Chicanos, he'd be like, what?
What the? Yeah, they'd be like, "What the fuck is a Chicano? What are you
10
saying?"
months Nef Big Pog.
They had nothing to do with the indigenous genocide. Why would they have any fucking association with that?
Like, I think their understanding of Native American culture is expressly built on like,
American Western movies. Yeah.
Where, like, you know, the cowboys and the Red Kit was a really big one when we were growing up. Oh, that's not really a movie, but cartoon, I guess, or whatever. Just like, you know, the little fort and the cowboy, and then, you know, you got the teepees and everything. Like, that's it.
Yeah. There's not even a... Anna says it, we're definitely Turks. Wait, what the fuck? Is that... No way. Is that another native...
Quick, somebody tell Dogan.
Wait, dude, it is kind of weird that they do
Sazor
have...
or Sazi?
What the fuck? Bro, why?
Where'd you see Turk when there?
Ana sazı lan. Ananın sazı.
Babanın.
No, it's probably not that. It probably comes from like something else. It
means ancient enemy, dude.
No, yeah, it's just like weirdly. There's a lot of like native words that just sound Turkish. So I don't know what the fuck it is, but bütün dünya Türk abi. Evet, aynen. It is very weird that there's a lot of like native words that are also you know.
Oh no,
Turkish.
I've been here too long.
And there's absolutely nothing like there's no loan words between fucking native words and Turkish words. You know what I mean? There's no collaboration of cultures, so it makes no fucking sense.
No, bro, there used to be a land bridge back in the day.
Okay, but like, were Turkish people speaking Turkish back then? No. You know what I mean?
This lady's just out for a cruise.
When you hear the Spanish music, like for example this right here,
Yeah.
those are called corridos. Corridos are basically it's a drug ballad.
A drug ballad?
Yeah, they're probably singing about a drug dealer or a drug dealer situation or someone big in that business. You know what I mean?
Do the dealers pay for the song or something?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. They do pay for the songs. There's some where the groups will just make it for them. And
Also, another weird Turk Native American link. One rare tooth gene that creates extra incisors between the regular ones is really common among Turks and Native folks. What? I don't know what that is.
It's
Native Americans descended from the people of North Asia and Mongolia, and so did the Turks. If you go back like 15k years, you're related. It's possible.
Yeah, but the language.
But the
wouldn't have carried
language
over
would
is
not
what he's
the
saying.
fucking same 15,000 years ago. That's why we always joke about the land bridge, like Bering Straits or whatever the fuck is like. That was like a fundamentally different language. You know what I mean? Like that makes no sense. It like literally, it just like does not make sense.
Like as
like commemorating them or
okay.
So if you hear a lot of the Spanish music here in this scene, that's also street. That's also street music, but it's in Spanish. It's like you could say it's rap. What the rap music's talking about in English, it's in Spanish. And then some of them are just about love. We're not only drug dealers, we're also lovers.
A lot of emotion.
Yeah. We're passionate about everything we do.
There are pseudocognates, words that are the same in different languages, but 100% unrelated and a coincidence. Aboriginal word for dog is dog, for example. That's crazy. What the fuck?
The dude's like, all right, let's go. I gotta get going.
So guys, we had to get away from the noise to get some audio here.
There's been more peace in between the gangs. I think there's been more peace. Right here, you don't have anybody asking anybody else where they're from, which was the question back in the day. Where are you from? Meaning, what gang are you associated with? So that's not happening here.
So they'd get pretty violent before.
So back in the day, you know, in the 90s when we used to go cruising in the early 2000s, you could not cross paths with somebody else, you know.
Okay.
And that's not me. That's just friends that I had that, you know, had those situations, or if I was with them and they didn't like that neighborhood, there'd be shootings, and you couldn't cruise like this anymore. I think there's been more peace in between. I mean, if you notice, there's families here, so you're not gonna see anybody asking each other, you know, where they're from, what gang they're from, or worried about anything. They're here for the car culture.
Yeah.
So, and that's all it is. So when you have unity, this is what you see. You know, you're not from here, you don't look like us, but did you ever feel threatened?
Zero.
Right?
Yeah,
so
everyone was cool.
So everybody, that's what it's all about. This is embedded in LA culture.
Yeah.
This is embedded. This isn't going anywhere.
Right.
So as long as there's peace, you know what I mean? So that's what I've noticed.
Thank you guys. That was awesome.
Thanks for coming.
This
and
was
checking out the
fire.
neighborhood with us.
Yeah, man.
I want to drop a few takeaways. One, cruising around in a lowrider is a lot of fun. Like I never thought of anything of it looking at it from afar, but now I'm like, that's fun. Secondly, that people have fun together.
Yeah.
I didn't feel much fear today in the
Okay, we're not doing.
I'm saying with the pandemic probably. People had masks, but I just feel like life is sort of normal in your culture.
Michael, is this why you're saying he like the pandemic broke his brain a little bit? Like he became like a little bit reactionary because of COVID, but otherwise like a very good dude and like very respectful and thoughtful about the cultures that he covers. Bro, with the corridos is playing shit up so much. I'm a Texan Chicano, and straight up, most corridos are just regular ass love songs, not even predominantly about drugs. Maybe in LA, I don't know, but definitely not for a genre as a whole.
Sure, from what I felt.
People want to feel normal. People want to do normal things, you know, to get them away from thinking that there's a pandemic going on, you know. So people want to do stuff that makes them feel more.
Corridos predate the drug cartels. Going back to the vaqueros, the style of corridos that deals with the drug cartels are called narco corridos, which are just referred to as corridos. Yeah, we've